Well, controlling complicated machines like that one is something that computers are increasingly being used for. Everybody's seen film of robots putting cars together. Well, we've got a small robot here. It's kind of little brother. But although it's only an arm, it's still capable of a surprisingly wide range of movements. Now, Mac, what do I have to do with a computer to make it instruct the arm to do what I want it to do?
Well, the arm is capable of 12 different sorts of movements: left, right, up, down, open, close, and so on. And each one of those movements is controlled by a program that we could store in the computer in what we call a subroutine.
And presumably that subroutine is written in a kind of language that the arm understands and we probably wouldn't.
Right. So that means we've got to write a little interpreter so we can put in English commands to make the arm do just what we want it to do.
OK, now there's the beginnings of a program here. We've got print command question mark, which is fairly clear. When you run the program, you get the word command question mark coming up on the screen. That's easy. It's asking you for a command. The next bit is input command string, which tells the computer to expect a string of letters which will put together a command word.
Right.
Now, what's the next step?
Well, the next step is to make that word that you've put in, select out the appropriate subroutine that's going to make the arm do what you want it to do. For example, if you want it to go up.
So it's going to be one of those if-then things, isn't
That's
it?
right, yes.
You're going to write, the next instruction, I bet, is going to be if the command string equals up, for instance, then find the subroutine that says up.
Right, that's precisely correct. But you can't write it quite that way in BASIC. Not quite, but very similar. So you say, if the command string equals up, then get the subroutine, which starts at line 1000, where we've put all this code that makes the arm go
You could put it on any line, but
you could start on any
1000
line.
is a
That's
sort of convenient size
And you
number.
don't actually say go to subroutine, you shorten that and say go sub. So you just say go sub 1000, which is where the
That's one of those
first
bits
line
of
that
basic
program
language, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
OK. So the next line is going to be 30. Who would have guessed it? And if string, that funny dollar sign,
Right.
equals,
Yes.
not is isn't allowed, it's got to be equals, well, let's say up.
In
quotes. Then, very important, then,
Go sub.
G-O-S-U-B.
That's it. 1000.
I just write the number 1000.
1000, that's it. That's where that particular subroutine starts. That's its first line. Well, instead of typing them all in, we have to do one for every movement of the arm.
And we've got our labour-saving tape,
Yes.
so it's all been done for us, right? Splendid. And we can load this now. Let me get this right. And what's it called?
Robot, in quotes.
Start
Switch
the
it
tape
on.
running, and then press the return key,
it.
and it's searching
For
now.
the program,
Okay.
and then it'll begin. Now it's beginning to read it in.
Right.
And of course, on the cassette, it's quite slow. It takes a bit of time to get it in. It will be a lot quicker on disc, but they cost correspondingly more. Little
Right.
floppy disks.
Right. And it's now actually reading through the program, which is all on there, and absorbing it into
It's
the computer
reading
once again.
every one of those subroutines
Yeah.
that control the movements of the arm, and also our little interpreter, which we can type in commands in ordinary English, which is make the arm do what we want it to do.
Right. Well, any second now, with any luck, when the tape's played its all into the computer, we should be there.
There we
it
go.
is.
We're
Now,
right at it now.
we can,
So let's list it and make sure it's in. I'll list the first bit so we can look at
Okay.
our... it's in the first 9 lines, which is our little interpreter. So list 10 to 90, 10,90.
10,90.
Right.
That's a bit more basic jargon, is it?
If we said list the whole lot, we'd have all the subroutines
Oh, I
listed
see.
out.
But comma instead of dash.
That's
in
it.
Okay.
And there it is. If command up, then goes to 1000. Down starts at 2000. Left starts at 3000. And so we can try it out and see if it works.
Right, we can run it. Oh, great. What is your command, oh master? Well, shall we try it on up and see what happens?
Well, it worked.
Wonderful. What's the next command? Left, shall we try? It's tremendous. That's absolutely terrific. We've made it go. It's very gratifying.
But of course, these words don't mean anything to the computer. We can change them, use any words we like.
Really?
We don't have to
We
use
could-
up or left or anything.
So we could call the up command George or Mac
Yes,
or
well, let's
anything.
do it.
Okay.
We have to escape from the program and get back to where we were, so there we go. And now we should list and see
Okay.
10 to 90,
Comma 90.
comma 90.
Has to be, doesn't it? Right.
Well, there's the command for up, number 30.
It's
If we
number
retype
30.
it,
All right.
and we can put anything
We can just
you like.
retype it down there,
Yes,
it doesn't
that's
matter, and it'll still take... OK.
Right.
Um,
If command string equals anything you like.
well, let's say Mac, shall we?
Oh, that's very nice. Then goes to the 1,000, which is simply going to take us right into that subroutine which starts at instruction 1,000.
We can run it now, can we?
That's him. Run. Command. Oh, master.
What is your command, oh master? Well, look here, ARM. I want you to go Mac, M-A-C. Go. Great, it works. So I suppose what we're actually saying is that the ARM only speaks a kind of ARM language, and if we speak English or any other language, we have to have an interpreter to convert what we speak into what makes that thing go.
Yes, the great advantage of it is, of course, you can type anything, you can create it to be anything you like. You could put L there, or you could put it in French or German or anything you like.
Right.